What is DRR? Disaster risk reduction at the community determines measures to reduce the risk such as appropriate preparedness, mitigation, and prevention strategies. According to the United Nations International Strategy for Disaster Reduction, it is a systematic development to avoid or to limit the adverse impact of hazards within the broad context of suitable development. Principles of DRRM. The key principles of DRRM justify why certain changes must be made and explain the urgency of creating a DRRM plan. Key principles should be able to make people realize why disaster plans must be a priority in every community, especially those that are vulnerable to hazards. There are 3 principles in DRRM. Number 1. Development can either increase or decrease disaster risk. When development takes place, disaster risk is always a threat, but it can be avoided if localities have effective and functional disaster prevention and mitigation plans. Number 2. DRRM policies, laws, and regulations can save lives if properly and strictly implemented in the community. Action is the key component of DRRM. Policies, laws, and regulations are useless if it is not properly implemented. Earthquake drills, fire drills, lockup drills are very important, not only in schools but also in the community, because the community is the frontliner of DRRM. The ultimate purpose of DRRM is to save lives and properties. Number 3. The main objective of DRRM is to build a resilient community. If community members are well prepared and equipped by sufficient knowledge, the impact of disaster can be lessened. There are 2 types of disaster. Natural disaster such as floods, tornado, typhoons, earthquake, and tsunami. We also have a disaster called man-made disaster. Man-made disaster contains plane crash, collapsed bridge, wildfires, and many more. What is RA 10121? Republic Act No. 10121, known as the Philippine Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Act of 2010, is an act mandated to strengthen disaster management in the Philippines, a country prone to natural hazards. Signed on May 27, 2010, it aims to develop a framework and roll out resources that will enable the national government, the local government units, and other stakeholders to build communities that can survive disasters. Who can declare a state of calamity? The President can declare a state of calamity upon the recommendation of the NDRRMC. The local sanggunian may now also declare and lift the state of calamity within their locality. This is upon the recommendation of the LDRRMC based on the results of the damage assessment and needs analysis. Here are few precautions one must take to save their lives and that of others during natural disasters. Here are some survival kits that you should prepare for upcoming disasters.